Hello everybody, Flaming Teddy here, or Quizzical Jim, depending on how you want to call me. And we're here for a new tutorial. It's been about 10 months from what my YouTube, what my other YouTube channel says. So I figured, since I'm getting kind of back into the game making shindig, I'm going to make this tutorial. Because there was quite a bit I forgot, and looking around online trying to figure the cast lighting effects out again, I didn't really find a whole lot that gave me what I really wanted to know. So, this is going to show you guys what I finally managed to remember. So what we're going to cover is changing the color of the shadow, or the tint of the screen. Fixing the little thing where sometimes when you first plug it in, it covers this, it makes it dark. And making usable items. Well, a usable lantern that you can also put up, which is very, very simple. So, we shall begin. I'm going to go back into this from here. I modified this one because I didn't want to make a whole new thing to do this, so huzzah for laziness. We're going to look at first how you change the color and darken the room to begin with. It's sort of like, let me see here, I guess the tint screen, where you can set it up to be dark, night, sepia, sunset, whatever. You can do the same thing with this. It's just what you could call the cooler older cousin. This number right here is usually set to 120 or 150 in the other events in this demo. What it means is that it's a timer that tells you how many seconds until it comes into full effect. If you want it to be immediate, set it to 0. If you want it to take a little while, you can set it to 60. Or longer, just depends on what you want to do. These three are for color. You can mix them together or just have one so that makes it just a singular dark color. Where'd my thing go? I can't see it. There it is. In red, green, and blue, respectively. And I'll set it up to be even a little bluer. And let's add a little red. Why not? Make it purpley. And this is the opacity. If you were to, gosh dang it, if you were to set it to say 255, it would just be completely black, more than likely. Because it just sets the opacity. Or actually, in this case, it would be like just a solid purple color, which makes it near impossible to see. So if you're setting it up to be like a fog, that would probably work pretty good. But I prefer 180 or the default 200 for the opacity. Keeps it dark, but not too dark. And then have it set to erase event, so that when you leave and then come back, it just shows up again on its own, which is really nice, because you don't have to deal with switches or anything to get rid of it. And you can find it on the second tab, I think. Yeah, right here. Depending on the version of RPG Maker you have, it may say temporary event removal instead. Don't worry, it just means the same thing. Different wording, that's all. So there's that. Now, I have this set to be an event where you just pick up the lantern and get it. Say yes, pick it up, and it goes like that. Then we're going to go to the item, and here it is. Have it set to the lamp or whatever you have for your icon set. Have the scope set to none, and consume no, otherwise you need a lamp. You'll need a new lamp every time you want to use one. Now in effects, you wanted to have the common event that I have also called lamp, because I'm just that creative. And you'll find the common event section in other. Now going to the common events, you're going to need two conditional branches, some words, and 2 sets of choices, and a switch. When it detects that the lamp switch is on, it'll ask if you want to put it away, and if you say yes, it turns the switch off, and then you put in the script of $game_map.lantern.hide, which basically gets rid of the little torch thing. And if it detects that the switch is turned off, it'll ask if you want to pull it back out. It'll have you just push this in and set the lantern to be on. And since there's no else to this one, I just turned off set handling conditions when they do not apply, because there's nothing else it would apply to. Now then, for this one, I'm going to cover is torch. You can change it between, oh well, I shut it down, but in the lights folder, you'll see that there are, I believe, 3 pictures for light, one light M, and then light S for small. It's the same thing for the torches. Now the opacity, you can set it to be really low for a weak one, like say 10, so it would do nothing. Or you could set it to 255, which would make it super bright, I'm assuming. And this one is how much flicker it has. Set it up really high if you really want it to seem like it's going to blink out on you at any time, or have it low so it's just like a gentle flame swaying. And then just show. Apply. I'll go back in. Because see, like here, it takes some time for it to turn darker. But in here, it's already dark. And as you can see, it's a more purpley color than what it was earlier. Oops. Oh, I must have left it set to 50. Oopsie. Or 255? Huh, that's bizarre. Maybe it just doesn't deal very well with it being that. Oh well. Now for the very last thing is changing the surface to Z. And what is that, you may ask? That is something within the script by Khas. It's right here. It's normally set to the default of 180, which ends up covering everything. Which, if you don't plan to do any face things, it's okay. But it also really darkens the choice box if you choose to have that. And the only way to fix that is to lower the surface. And I just set it to 10 because it still gets everything you want it to get, and it won't interfere with anything above it. Because even though we can... everything has a layer in RPG Maker. It goes like... because the map, you can kind of technically call it its own thing. It's its own map. Then there are the pictures, and then there is the word boxes and stuff. How there are 180 liters of stuff, I don't know. But, hey. Setting it to 10 fixes it. And let's see if setting it back to 200 fixes the light. Otherwise, I may be a bit boned. Badoop. There we go, yeah. It doesn't like being set to 255. So we have both learned together that. Anyway, that's all I have for this. If there's anything else you would like to know, then, send me a message. Because I finally learned on Tumblr that, each blog you make has its own separate message system. Lovely. Or, in the comment section below. Either way. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time, maybe. See ya!